Masquater. I hope they don't start before that. Good afternoon, viewers. I am back. This is Ashish Nagewadiya. With me, I've got Sebastian. Will be your host for the second game, and obviously our colleagues will be joining in. The second games between Twiga Titans and the Royal Rhinos. The team for the Twiga Titans is led by Kasimu Nasoro, Kelvin Nasibu, Jandarji, Zaid Abbas, Drumit Mehta, Harshit Johan, Bhavesh Govind, Tambwe Rashidi, Faraji Mrope, Lazaro Festo, and Abdul Rahman Akida.
Yes, and for Royal Rhinos, they have Ashish Kamania, namesake. There's Baraka Laiza. They have Jumanne Masquater, Vikram rathore, Seif Khalifa, Zamoyoni Ramadhani. They have Omari Hilali, who is from the under-19. There's Aahil Jasani. There's Yash Hirwania, Suraj Kumar, Augustine Mwamele, who's also from the under-19s, as well as Issa Safvan, Annarathodika, Faridi Bakari, and Arsalan Premji. So we have a lot of under-19s here.
Yes, the Rhino team is quite filled with the youngsters, so it's going to be interesting to see how Ashish Kamania utilizes his team. But it goes back to what we've been saying, young talent on the field. Clear sky, Sebastian.
Clear sky, though.
Okay, so we are almost about to start. The captain talking to his bowler. Right, there goes the thumbs up between Jumanne Masquater and Vikram Rathore. We have Akida, Abdul Rahman Akida, a left-arm fast bowler coming in to bowl at Jumanne. Another under-19 player. We've seen a lot of fast bowlers under-19 today in the first game and now in the second game. And we're starting the first. Well bowled by Akida. Juma, who plays for Aces cricket team in Tanzania, in Dar-es-Salaam at the local league. Been around the setup, came through the under-19 setup, and a very good opening batsman. The balls not coming that easily on the bat. The batsmen will need to get through their shots and keep in line as well. Akida quite pacey and swings the ball both ways.
Yeah, for those who just tuned in and maybe they didn't hear which team is which, the Royal Rhinos are the ones batting now, and the bowlers are Twiga Titans. So Twiga Titans are the ones bowling, and that's Abdul Rahman Akida bowling right now for Twiga Titans. But the Royal Rhinos are the ones batting, and that's Vikram Rathore right now, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
It's a leg by shown by Zablon.
I think with the way the last game ended, it determines how this game started. This game started a bit faster and a bit more aggressive compared to the way the first game started. It was early in the morning, and maybe people were starting to get to know how the competition will look like. They were starting to understand the pitch. These two teams don't know anything about the pitch yet.
It's actually the same pitch that was used in the first game. Obviously, it's dried up quite a lot.
Yes, yes.
So
Compared to when they were starting in the morning, right? Yeah.
So, but you can see the ball's not coming that easily on the bat. So the batsmen will have to, be very focused. That's a wide ball. Akida not getting his line right.
What about the experience of these players that we have seen right now, like the Royal Rhinos batsmen, Vikram and Jumanne?
They both play for Division A. They've been playing, at least I've seen both of them for the last 3 years. Jumanne was a youngster, has come through the line at Aces and a fine performer at Aces. Vikram is an opening batsman for his local team as well. Has faced the likes of Akida and other fast bowlers that are in the team. So again, all teams are starting with their key batsmen coming in. And in terms of T20, they are very well experienced, because up until last year, a lot of T20 was being played. And obviously we lost 6 months this year because of the pandemic, but straight away we started the 50. So I think there's enough experience for them to not get flustered by missing a few balls initially.
There was an appeal, but as you can see, the umpire is not interested in that.
Yeah, some half-hearted appeal from the bowler. Right, Twiga obviously led by Kasimu, who has been a national team skipper and very well experienced in the game.
I'd really like to see him batting today, because he's among the best batsmen in Tanzania.
One of the best straight batsmen
Yes.
that we've got, and a very cool-headed skipper.
We heard him speaking in the press conference earlier, spoke in Swahili, where he was saying that he's so happy to get back to playing, especially at a competition level, and believes that this is going to be a huge opportunity for the youngsters to learn a bit more about the game of cricket here in Tanzania, because so many of them will be involved now that no teams from other countries are involved in this tournament.
True, and obviously I'm sure this will be an annual event for TCA.
Yes.
But this adds to the mix now, because all the local players know that they have a chance. If they do perform well, you know, it's going to be interesting who gets selected and who gets left out. We've now got Harshid Chauhan, who plays for AKs. Again, I think he was in the tour that went to Zimbabwe recently with the Tanzanian team. A good fast bowler, and with the wind behind him, it's going to be interesting to see how he bowls to Vikram, and I'm quite sure he's going to swing the ball, which he always does with the new ball. So Titans having two very good fast bowlers starting, plus they've got the experience of Kasimu and Jatin Pavesh, who's been an ex-national team player. So a lot of these players that Kasimu's got makes him quite a favorite in this game. A chance there, a half chance. The batsmen are very fast between the wickets.
Do you see the impact of the coach, the national team coach, in this competition? Do you see how it has changed the way these youngsters and elite players are playing?
Absolutely. You know, obviously, I see Steve sitting there right now as well. With Steve being around, the players know that the coach is going to be noticing their performances. And before the pandemic stopped, I had attended some of the sessions just to go and see what the boys were doing at TCA. And they were really being put through their paces. So he's worked on their mind, he's worked on the fitness. Despite the pandemic, all the national team players have, you know, come back pretty lean. So they did follow a program, they took care of themselves. And this goes to show that if you have a very experienced coach, players also have the motivation of doing well. And when the motivation is there, you know, your performances start improving. And this gives Steve another chance to have a look at all the players, mixing their games with different players so that he can make decisions for the future.
Which looks so bright with regard to the way you see this competition. The future is so bright here in Tanzania because we see some youngsters showing some good performances.
Absolutely. And there's another half chance. Sebastian, this happens when you see both these players play for different teams.
Yeah.
Now, Jumanne is used to his opposing player being very fast within the wickets.
Yes.
So that's when you tend to get such mix-ups in between. And obviously you need to appreciate that these players have not played together. So it does make the calling difficult for one player and the other, not knowing how or what to do. But that's what comes back to advanced players, right? So they need to adjust quick and fast.
But also the way the teams set up themselves. So I think the Rhinos and Simba, Simba and the Buffaloes,
Yes.
tried to do that as much as they could. They tried to make sure that in the pitch, most of the times there are players who are in sync to one another because they play together, something like that.
Exactly, and that's what you need. when you do get hit, I'm a bowler, and that happens once in a while. But when you do get hit, you need your team behind you. You need a team making noise for you, so that you even hold your nerve and your motivation. It's not easy being hit and having to come back to bowl. Sometimes superstars have been hit for 6 sixes, and they've actually come back stronger. That's primarily because of the team spirit and the support structure that's always in place. Rashid coming in. Oh, fantastic ball from him. Vikram just trying to drive it, misses it altogether, and that's the end of the over. The Royal Rhinos at 14 for no loss in 2 overs. Rashid being hit for 5 runs in his first over, and Akida conceding 8 in his first over. Akida is coming in for his second over. Kasimu trusting his strike bowlers to do the job for him up front.
Then maybe when matters get out of hand, or if they get out of hand, then maybe he will get involved himself.
A big appeal for a LBW. Zablon again not interested. Yeah, Kasimu will definitely come in. I mean, he's a very good spinner. Once the ball gets a bit older, he will bring himself into the picture. You've got Jatin as well, who's a very good all-rounder. Leg by signal by Zablon, the umpire. As you can see, Akida is bowling quite fast. And to our viewers in India, I believe this is the first time a game is being telecasted live outside of Tanzania.
Yes, especially cricket. They have tried with other games, but cricket is the first time that it is telecasted live to other countries. We are hoping that they get to enjoy, because we know of the pandemic situation in India, and so we are hoping that this brings a little bit of joy, and maybe for the cricket enthusiasts, it gets them a little bit pumped about the game, so that they can get something to watch, because I believe they have been watching replays of a lot of games for a very long time, but this is live.
That's right.
And I believe that they are satisfied a bit with the performance of these Tanzanian players, because they are working as much as they can to make sure that they become champions. Just to remind them, we have 6 teams. We already had the first match, and we will be here until the 16th of August, which is next Sunday, here in Dar-es-Salaam at the Gymkhana Grounds. So it is going to be a good competition. The way the first game, if we are taking it as a sample, I think the way the first game started and the way it ended, the stiffness of the competition, I think it will be there until the end.
Absolutely, I think it's going to be a very exciting week. I was just with Vishal over lunch, and I was just picking up his mind of what he wanted to do. I mean, obviously things didn't work out the way he thought, but yeah, he's got a strategy up his sleeves for the next games. And oh, what a ball, right in the blocks by Akida. That finishes his over, and he only conceded 2 runs in this one, so he's come back pretty strong. So yeah, Vishal's quite confident that he can come back and his team can come back winning the next 2 games that they'll be playing. sorry, the next 4 games that they'll be playing. So there's a chance for them to still qualify for the knockouts.
There's a disadvantage and there's an advantage and disadvantage of being among the teams that are starting the competition. So you get to know the pitch, you get to know the ground, you get to know a lot of things, and you get your head in the game early on. But also, if you lose in the first games, maybe it's a bit harder to, get back in the next ones. But the confidence levels can now go back up because you already know what you have to do. You already know what mistakes you have committed. Especially with the way the competition is, that the teams are just made by the association. So a few players are playing in the same teams, in the same clubs, but mostly it's a mixture of those players. So sometimes players of the same team are playing against each other. Sometimes players of the same club are playing in the same teams in the competition. But all in all, it's to stiffen up the competition, to make the competition a bit more interesting, as we can see now.
True. It does. And that's an appeal, and that's given by Ijaz, by Vikram, being caught behind, bowled by Harshid. That was a very good fast bowl. And that's the first wicket for the day, for the match.
For the match,
for
yeah.
Twiga.
Twiga had to wait to the 4th over to at least get a wicket, but it was worth it. And it will give them... I think they're not playing very bad. And I think it will give them a bit more momentum going forward.
Right, no, that's true. As you can see in the middle over there, gathering together just to celebrate. Akida and Harshid talking to each other. That's obviously the opening bowling pair. So helping each other. Baraka, another under-19 player coming in, plays for my club, Dar-es-Salaam Gymkhana Cricket Club. So we continue to see young talent.
Yes.
And it keeps everyone excited of what's the future. I was made to believe in the under-19 league he scored actually back-to-back centuries or something like that. So obviously he's big, huge talent. And it's going to be good to see him facing Harshid, who's obviously bowling really fast, and he's standing way out of the crease to negate the swing. That's some sloppy fielding from Twiga.
Yes, and as we can see, Baraka and Jumanne were a bit hesitant in getting that one run there, but at the end of the day, due to the sloppiness, due to the mistakes, which they haven't done many, Twiga, they haven't done many mistakes.
True.
Yeah, so it's a rare mistake there.
Oh, that's fine fielding. Good shot from Masquater. Masquater. But the right fielder in the right place, stopping that. Faridi Hassan, I think.
That's the Twiga dugout we just saw there. They don't look as much there you are, the Twiga dugout we see there. They are not pumped as they are going to be maybe a few overs later.
They're relaxed.
Yeah, they're relaxed right now. But as you can see, the way it was in the first ones, man, like in the last overs between Simba and between in the first game, Buffaloes and Simba, you saw how spirited they were.
True. It's only going to get more exciting as the tournament progresses. Obviously, we got games tomorrow, 3 games tomorrow. The first one starting at 8, the second one at 11:30, third one starting at 2:30, and then I believe there are 2 games every weekday, and the finals being hosted on the 16th of August, next week, Sunday, which quite sure from what I've been hearing from the crowd, a lot of people are talking to your friends and family, so we may be seeing more people in tomorrow. And it's always good for cricket to have crowd all around the ground. It motivates the batsmen, the bowlers, us as well, the commentators, enjoying commenting to a crowd.
That is very true, very true. Also helps the game to grow a bit more, because people are interested in what other people are interested in. People love what other people love. So if a lot of people love one thing, then they get interested in that. But the game has evolved in Tanzania, in all parts of Tanzania. Of course, we congratulate the Cricket Association, the National Cricket Association, for their job in doing that, in making sure that even in other regions, the likes of what we are seeing right now, some of the perfect bowling, some of the best bowling was done by just a kid from Tanga, you see, which is a coastal region, but it is not near Dar-es-Salaam. A lot of kilometers away from Dar-es-Salaam, more than 500, I think, kilometers from Dar-es-Salaam. So, or almost 500. So you can see the difference between now and then, when there were just a few clubs in Dar-es-Salaam who did not have that level of competitiveness. But now we can see that even if we try to have our own league, it's easier to get more players like we have right now.
Absolutely. And that was a fine shot by Juma, the earlier ball for a 4. Again, Juma now starting to get into his game. Very naturally aggressive batsman. Quite correct technically as well. So viewers enjoy watching him play. A difficult batsman to bowl to, because he stays quite firm when he plays. Doesn't move too much. Moves his legs very well. You can see him giving some tips to Baraka. A good ball by Akira. Baraka just nudging it down. We should perhaps have a commentators game.
Maybe.
In between, just to see what
Maybe we should. Maybe we should. Makes it easier, of course, to comment, of course, and not only easier to comment, but makes us even more fair. You know, sometimes we say that was an easy run to give, or that should have been this, that should have been that, and then if you're out there on the field, maybe you get the reality, and when you come back here, you can provide fair comments, maybe. Yeah, we should have that. We should have that. I don't know how much
it goes with commenting.
Yeah,
you know, we want the right to say what happens in the pitch. In our days, we had our shortfalls, but we want the rights.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you. You know, it's an easier job sitting in the television box and talking. Because obviously, when in the thick of things, it's much different. We've got that is Drumit Mehta coming into bowl off spin bowler. Kasimu starting with all his young guns, and Drumit, who plays for Aga Khan in the local leagues in Division A. Be interesting to see how he bowls to Juma. because Jumanne loves facing spinners. So this should be a good competition between the two of them. That's running away. Not running away. 3 runs over there. The ground is not looking as fast as we thought.
As fast as we thought. I think the sun is not that, the heat is not that, as much as it always is in Dar-es-Salaam.
True,
right
true.
now.
Again, just nudging it on the leg side for a single. You can see the Royals not doing anything extraordinary, just playing to the merit of the ball and ensuring that they are rotating the strike and not giving any dot balls. Not giving any room, bowling it on the off. Jumanne trying to cut, but can only find. Faridi feels well, but Baraka gets home quite safely for a single. In for his last ball, and that's a wide.
You said Baraka likes the spinners. I think Dromit has done a very good job. Oh, yeah.
He has actually. He's bowled well this over, conceding only 6 runs and 6 singles. Baraka and Jumanne are actually getting the feel of the pitch, and they do not want to do anything out of the box. We've now got a change, second change coming. Jatin Darji, who plays for the national team as well. So these are the new rules of the game, as you can see.
Okay.
Previously the bowlers used to give their caps and their sunglasses to the umpires, but thanks to the pandemic the umpires no longer hold the cap and the glasses. You have to either give it to your colleague on the field or give it to the wicketkeeper at the back. This is all changes that have been brought in the game due to the pandemic that we are in.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely, it's health and safety, which we all have to agree to. It's important. Jatin will be bowling to Baraka, Jumanne. Well fielded by Chete. Chete leading by example over there. Not giving away any freebies. That's a big shot. That should be a 6 by Jumanne. A beautiful hit.
The first 6 of the game.
The first 6. There is the team of the Royals. Slightly short, and Jumanne dispatches it for a big 6.
Yeah. And it gets the crowd moving now.
Absolutely.
The crowd is excited about it. Was
That's
waiting
what
for
T20
that.
is all about. Jatin comes back well, giving a dot ball. Should be 2 runs over there.
Didn't want to risk it.
Akida quite fast on the ball. Jumanne just settling for a single there. Baraka letting that go. Jatin's come back after being hit for that 6.
Yeah. He didn't lose his confidence.
Looking for 2 over there, but Rashid is not an arm you mess with. A very good fielder. So at the end of 7 overs, Royal Rhinos are 39 for 1. Jumanne is on 21 of 26 balls, and Baraka Robert is on 4 of 8.
So the way you see, do you think they will reach the 140 mark or 150?
They are well below the 6 runs and over mark at the moment, but if they can hold the wicket, they've got some big players behind who can do some damage. Ashish Kamania, who last Sunday scored a rapid 91. Zamo Ramadhani, who's an all-rounder. A fine shot again by Baraka over there. Goes for a 4. So now Baraka getting into the mix of the things. Yes, as I say, they have some firepower left behind. Aahil, Jasani and Arslan Premji are very good players as well. So it should be an interesting game. I'm sure they're going to start wanting to accelerate a bit. Just nudges it down for a single to Bhavesh. Baraka showing a lot of talent and composure for that. Hit a 4 and then good ball, just nudges it for a single. That's a wide ball by Drumit. That's a good ball. Jumanne was trying to cut it. That's no single there. Again, as you can see, the fielding is quite sharp by the Twiga boys.
They're trying their level best to make sure.
They don't want to give away any easy single. They want the batsmen to work for their runs. That was not connected very well. There's a fielder there. So Jumanne is lucky, gets a single.
They started the game very well when they were outside, when the first game was proceeding, because we witnessed a lot of mistakes, especially from in the first game. So they watched the game. I think they watched the game and they decided that they're going to try and not make a lot of mistakes, the same mistakes that were made by the Simba team as well as in the first game. So they're trying to make sure that they avoid those mistakes.
I agree. They're playing to the merit of the ball. As you can see, one bad ball from Jatin was dispatched for a 6. Drumit giving a short ball, and Baraka latched onto it very quickly. So they're hitting the bad balls out, and they're respecting the good balls to singles. There you go. That should be another 6 by Jumanne. What a shot. Well played, and you can see the confidence in the two players in the middle of the pitch at the moment, talking to each other. Jatin once again being hit for a 6.
looks like Jatin's technique is a bit hard, but when caught, it's really
Again,
caught.
Jumanne, that's a fine ball from Jatin. Just plays it for a single.
Yeah.
Playing very sensibly, Jumanne today. Well played, a glance from Baraka, that should be 2. Oh, that's a 4. What a shot by Baraka. Harshid and Faraji not being able to get there in time. Very well played. That's been an expensive over so far. 11 runs coming from it. We're not used to Jatin being hit like this in Division A. So
okay. That's why we say you cannot judge a player by just one play. Yeah, by a single run.
Absolutely.
A single over. You can judge the completeness of that player. They still have time. They still have a chance to.
It's a long way to go.
Yeah, it's a long way to go.
Jatin still has 2 balls to go. Plays it down the ground for a single. And Jumanne plays it well for another single. So 13 coming off that over. And the Royal Rhinos are now at 59 in 9 overs. Slowly taking their run rate over 6 an over. We've got Drumit continuing for his 3rd in a row. Oh no, there's a change coming actually. Or is Drumit bowling? Yes, Drumit is continuing. Chete, or as Chete, which is on his t-shirt at the moment, also known as Kasimu Nasoro, who is the captain, keeping faith in his young talent. That's a big hit, and whoa, a catch on the boundary line, but Harshid does well to just, or rather Zahid does well to stop it from going for a 6.
And it was almost a 6.
Yeah.
It was almost another 6.
Rather than giving away, he just dropped the ball inside, so saving his team 5 runs. So this is what makes a difference, you know, all this kind of athleticism in the field can help you save those runs. Drumit is a very good bowler, goes through his over very quickly. Oh, single given there.
And he doesn't need to move a lot farther when he wants to make his bowling technique also is
true.
Spinning technique is so good, yeah. Oh, they're giving out another
a bye given by the keeper.
Yep.
So we are coming to the midpoint of the first innings. Drumit finishing well, and with that it's 62 in 10 overs. We will be having a change in the commentary box. My colleague Azim Thakur coming to take over, and you'll be hearing from us a bit later.
Yes. Well, it's the APL proceeding here in Dar-es-Salaam, and we are having a very, very good game here between the Royal Rhinos and Twiga. A very good competition going on.
Good afternoon, viewers. It's a very good start for Royal Rhinos with two young boys, the two young future cricketers of Tanzania, Jumanne Masquater and Baraka Robert. They are milking as per the situation, with Jumanne unleashing two couple of beautiful sixes of Jatin Darji, and Baraka is giving good support. He's nudging singles, he's flicking boundaries. Baraka is another very new upcoming player, comes from Arusha, all the way from Arusha, and his coach is right behind the stumps, keeping for Twiga, Kelvin. Yeah, I'm sure he's also very happy. Hey, that's another big whack. Six.
Oh, it's another 6.
A big 6 from Jumanne Masquata. First ball bowled by Kasimu, the captain.
Yeah,
and
the captain giving out another 6 there.
Jumanne is going strong as the game is moving forward.
Yeah, I believe he already had 2 6s, so
This is the third
it's
one.
the third one. Yeah, so he's having a good game. He's enjoying himself.
He's unleashing his way of playing. He has had a tough season so far. Another beautifully picked flick for a single. The best part of Jumanne is the moment he's getting a big one, he's looking for a single on the next ball, which is the way he's now molded. Before he would go for if he gets a 6 of the ball 1, he would go for another one. So as he's maturing, he's nurtured by the coaches around. And another talent, Baraka. Lovely played, beautifully played. Kasimu is trying all the tricks of his sleeves, but so far no result. But the competition is getting stiffer and stiffer. And a lovely ball bowled on the pads for a single. I think it's a leg by, yeah?
Yeah.
When the ball touches the pads,
yeah.
it's a leg by. It goes into the extras, doesn't go into the batsman's runs, but it does go into the team runs. Nicely bowled. Smart operator, Kasimu. They call him Chete. Really don't.
Chete, yeah. He's one of the. I was just telling Ashish here. He was one of the role models for Tanzanian youngsters who are coming up. Oh,
Nicely played by Baruch for a single. He did try to pull it up on the mid-wicket area, but couldn't get the elevation which he was looking forward for. And that's the end of the over number 11, and the score is
72 to 1.
72 for 1.
I think it will be 73 now.
72. 72 for 1, and it's nice start for Royal Rhinos, and I guess this is the ideal situation for. It's a nice platform. They are setting the top order for Royal Rhinos is setting a very nice platform for a big score to come in. Maybe we'll get a 140 in this game. Drumit bowling. Baruch is pinched it, and Jumanne, and then there's a second run.
Those mistakes that we haven't seen
fumble.
in the first 10 overs are starting to emerge now. The Twiga players have to make sure that they start to get the grip of the game. They maintain their concentration so that they don't make such mistakes, because these small runs that might make a difference in the latter stages of the competition.
Nicely bowled by Drumit. Drumit is bowling nice line and length. Very well bowled by the Rumet and being called as a wide. Nicely played for a single. And the score is moving. And the best part of this partnership is that they are hitting singles, doubles, boundaries, sixes. Everything is coming.
Everything, yeah, everything is flowing their way. It's just 76-1 until now.
And a lovely extra cover drive, a shot, and the ball has reached 4 runs. That's a lovely picked up shot. Jumanne is showing his confidence in this game. He's just picked up his. He's moved to 40.
48.
Let's see,
43.
43. He's moving
43.
towards a half century. Could be the first half century of APL 2020, and he's dictating terms today. We always say Jumanne had a very tough season so far, but today he's making it count.
And he's making it count when it matters the most.
Lovely.
Yeah.
You know, after getting a boundary today, I'm seeing a different Jumanne altogether. After getting a boundary, he's milking. He's going for singles. This is something very new, new Jumanne, you would say. There's a lot to talk about Steve Ticolo coming into Tanzania as a coach, and maybe he's worked. And a pick-up hit by Baruku, and the ball has been caught by Menji, I guess. Very well caught, and that's the end of Baruku. Baruku did his part very well. He was playing positively, and till he got out, he had scored 20 runs of 24 balls with 2 boundaries, and the score has moved to 81 runs for 2 wickets, and that's the end of Baruch. And in comes, they call him the finisher, the skipper, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Ashish Kamania, I can see him walking. Kamania, he is the cleanest hitter in the country. They call him the finisher, and normally he comes number 5, number 6 in the national team, but today, since the platform is set for him to come and blaze around, he is gonna
Ashish
Kamania. I hope you'll see some more big ones coming this way. I hope the TVs and the screens are well covered. I hope our commentary people, because he's known to hit real big ones. He from this team and Zamoyoni, Ramadhani, they are known to hit some real big ones. So let's see if they keep up to their
standards,
reputations. Yeah, that's their reputation. There's another guy playing in the opposite team. His name is Bhavesh Kanja. He hits some real big extra cover sixes. So we're going to have some good fun today. This game is going on to a very good competitive score, and if the opponents have to score, all these big guns who are batting, who are fielding now, will have to really bat well. Let's see how it goes. First ball to Ashish, quickly taken for a single. Jumanne is called for a second one, and Jumanne is called Ashish for a second one. Normally Ashish is not somebody who'd come and rotate much of singles. He believes in hitting shots, but definitely singles and doubles do matter.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Sometimes
if you're a big guy and you know can hit huge shots, it's pretty hard for you to concentrate.
There you go. He's come to do that.
Yeah, you see his intentions early on.
Yeah, he's not going to stick around. He's not here to stick around because there are still a lot of people to bat behind him. So, the situation is such. There you go. Flat and hard, straight to one for a single. The confidence of going for shots is because the openers, the top orders, have done a fantastic job.
That's true.
Unlike the previous game, whereby the score was moving, but the openers and the top orders didn't stay for much, and when they stayed also, they couldn't rotate much of singles. This game is going to be different. I hope we get some really big, nicely bowled. Now Chete is getting his spike off the turf. That spike off the pitch.
Yes.
he's not going to let go because he got hit by Jumanne, but and that's a lovely 6. I can see that off his willow. Big willow 6. Jumanne. And that's his 50. Jumanne's 50. That's his 50 runs.
The first half century.
First half century of APL 2020 goes to Jumanne Masquater. And with a lovely extra cover 6. And he's looking for me probably in the crowd. He plays for me.
So in only 13 overs, they have
Yeah.
already reached the 90 mark.
Yeah,
This is a very promising start for them.
definitely is. Definitely.
Yeah, as you said earlier, these guys are not here to play.
Yeah. Definitely. They're going for their cleaners. And, it's all about confidence. When you get a good start, he doesn't see the bowler, then he goes for the ball. He is hitting the ball now like sweet hits. Sweet hits are coming off his willow. It's a real blessing for a captain who's got a batsman like him, who once he's set, he can create havoc on the ground. He is actually milking Chete, one of the best off spinners in the country, one of the best bowlers around. He's milking him like a kid. He's striking him hard. Jatin Darji, who had been hit 2 sixes by Jumanne, he's one of the best bowlers around. So it's not like some mediocre's been bowling to him and he's striking. He's hitting some real good bowlers. This is also credit to the pitch. Pitch is coming nice, up and well. You don't get the ball to go for sixes if the balls are not coming with the right pace. Ashish Kamania going to face now Tambu Rashidi, another left arm spinner. More of a skidder than a spinner. Skidder.
Yes.
Lovely shot off the back foot straight to long off and a nice throw back. So let's see now, because the way I know now Jumanne is not going to hold his guns and he doesn't look which side is the boundaries are smaller now, because he's just going to go for it. Let's see how it goes. A very sensible, nice pacey cover drive, single, gone for a double. Ashish didn't want it to normally, but Jumanne is making him run today.
Yeah, and it's a good thing to, as you said earlier, you can hit the big ones and then get the smaller ones to add on to that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You
To
can't
gain
hit
your
all the out.
confidence. Yeah, of course.
You can't hit all of them out.
Yeah. So you have to make sure that you get even the singles and the doubles.
Lovely shot. Jumanne is firing his guns all over.
I think Kasimu has a very huge job to do now, because
Definitely.
not only does he have to calm himself down, but he also needs to work. He also needs to work on preserving the concentration of his team, because he's the captain. He's the team captain now, and he would like to make sure that they're not making as many mistakes. Maybe their technique is changed a bit. Maybe.
Just about
the
marshalling troops and the stage, the situation is the whole of Tanzania, the whole of around people are watching them live, so it really adds up to everything, and the boys are really playing some positive cricket. This is the cricket people like to see. And the way I said it, he's going to skid it down, and he's got him skidder down straight and bold. And Ashish Kamania, we didn't get much of him, but I think so. Jumanne is going to take up the part of doing what we missed out from Ashish. Now let's see who's next coming in, because it's over number 14. Last one ball to go for the over number 14 to get over, and team is already on 94. It's a decent, very more than a decent start. Definitely the credit goes to Jumanne and Baruku, who played a very fantastic partnership, and we hope they play the same way. And now the next batsman coming in is Arsalan Premji, if I'm not mistaken. Arsalan Premji, yes. Arsalan Premji coming into bat. Another very good youngster, upcoming youngster. And they're just trying to hold Zamoyoni Ramadhani maybe for the last 3 hours or something. Because Zamoyoni Ramadhani is again a bang hitter, so you don't need 2 bangers from both the ends. They just lost one. And let's see how Arsalan is also no mug with the bat. He's definitely a very good rotator. Also has developed the skills of hitting big sixes of late. I've seen him, youngster, just grown in front of us.
And with the confidence that he can take from what Jumanne has just achieved, I think he will also try his luck maybe. Oh,
off the first ball, Snake.
Off the first ball.
And now Tamwe is on a hat-trick. Hat-trick as in 3 balls, 3 wickets.
Yeah.
So Tamwe is going to be on the hat-trick from the next over, because the over has got over. When he comes to the next over, the first ball will be, if he gets a wicket, then Tamwe automatically grabs a hat-trick. So let's see. Now Jumanne has to play out the 20 overs because the situation is uncalled for. There can always be a collapse from here. T20, anybody's game, anytime.
Anybody,
change.
yeah. Like what Ashish was saying here, 2-3 balls can change the whole game. It can be going very well for your team, but and then somehow it changes the whole situation. But it's the Advanced Players League 2020, and we would like to thank our sponsors. We have Computer Center, we have UC Unity Computers, we have Delta, we have High Tech Sai Health Center, Reliance Insurance Company, Sterling, G1 Security, Tanform, West Point, Chrysler, and Speak and Span.
Definitely, it's a fabulous thing for the support of cricket and the way they are supporting the cricket here in Tanzania, bringing up the standards, and the credit goes to the management who are doing a fantastic job. And there's a new bowler coming to bowl. His name, I think, is Zahid Khan. Yeah, Zahid Khan. Zahid Khan is coming to bowl. Yeah.
Not Zahid?
Zahid
Abbas.
Zahid Abbas, sorry. Zahid Abbas.
Yeah.
Zahid Abbas is coming to bowl. He is actually
what about his technique?
A medium pace bowler. Tries to bowl maximum balls into the block holes.
Yeah.
So let's see how it goes. As he's about to start the first over for his team. And situation is 94 for 4. Let's see how Jumanne takes it up to the last stage. Would ideally want him to stay till the whole 20 overs, but let's see. Nice ball. First ball.
A huge appeal there.
Yeah, huge appeal, but
the umpire was not interested at all.
It all depends, when a bowler gets the ball on the pads, usually everybody starts appealing, but not always is. And Jumanne is trying to adjust with Zahid's line, as he's not played much of Zahid, I guess. Zahid is, for now, for so far, he is so far economical. Let's see how he goes on with the further business. Zahid Abbas having to bowl to Jumanne, and nicely punched for a single. And there's another batsman taking guard of his first ball, Zamoyoni Ramadhani. He was a success story in the team which had gone for trials in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
He had really played awesome there. The only positive of that particular tournament is Zamoyoni he was striking it really hard. And the way he is, he will go for the ball one. Let's see how it is. Right into the block hole. Zaid is not giving any space. Right into the block hole. Block hole is the place where the batsman and the bowler stands. The batsman stands in the crease and there is no space to lift, to elevate. So that's the best ball in the game.
Yeah, not giving any chance.
No chance, no space. Nicely cut straight into the hands. Just 1 run so far. It's a very economical over Zaid is bowling. Zaid is bowling very economically so far. He stopped the flow of runs in this over. He didn't get a wicket though, but he stopped the flow of runs. So nicely bowled. Very well bowled.
Zaid is doing very good. He's trying to get his team back to the game. Back to the game.
And the unknown wizard, the unknown bowler. He's not actually a bowler. He's also a batsman who hits some very big sixes. So surprise package, a trick pulled out of his sleeves by Chete. He just tried, because when the strike bowlers were not getting the things moving, he brought in Tambwe. Tambwe is also a good bowler, but when you compare him with others, they are better. But maybe today is the day.
It's one of the tricks they are utilizing. And he's going against Jumanne, who has had a very good game today. I think he's had the best game among the batsmen here
so far. Yeah.
Since even comparing to the first game.
Definitely. Yeah. He's smacked some real big ones. Was there a 6 today in the morning? Yeah, there was. This is what happens when the wickets fall. The batsmen really relax first before they really want to excel. The man is taking his time, trying to read the bowler's mind. What is he up to? Because this is a skidder bowler. It's not easy to be hit. Nicely played off the back foot. Called for a second. But Drumit is as good as anybody on the field. He is quick. He picks up the ball in one action, throws the ball straight to the keeper. And yeah, as we move forward, score has gone to
96 of 4 in the 16th over. So it is really time for
this last 10 balls have actually last 2 overs of Tambwe and Zahid has really pulled them back
to the game. Yeah,
back in a way. Otherwise, this was supposed to be a big score coming in, but Tambwe and Zahid have pulled the team back. It's really nice.
I was saying in the first game that this is a game of surprises. In this competition, we're going to witness a lot of surprises.
Definitely.
In the first game, between Simba and Buffalo Blasters, between Simba Kings and Buffalo Blasters, it looked like when Buffalo were boiling, it looked like it is going to end early on, because they started so well. But they lost the game to Simba, but it went through the wire. So there were a lot of surprises.
Very well played, very well bowled, and very well tried by Bhavesh.
Yes.
Bhavesh tried to catch a very nice catch. It was very deep and low, but for good luck to Zamo, it was not being grabbed. Otherwise, he would have been back in the hut. And that's a whack and didn't connect the bat properly. And it's been dropped. Today is Jumanne's day. Harshit Chauhan dropping a catch means today is Jumanne's day. Harshit Chauhan, the one of the safest hand in the country. When the ball goes no way, no how high, Harshit Chauhan dropping a catch means today is going to be a big day for Jumanne. Anyways, just for your update, 2020 since it started before the corona, Jumanne didn't score any 50s for his club. Oh, he did go to Zimbabwe. He scored about 20 odd runs. That was his highest. Today he's scoring.
Yeah, he's on 56 now, so he's doing very well.
He's doing very. Today he's scoring like he's not scored any. He's going to score all the runs today, and with all confidence, with all the confidence in the world. So this is really good news for his team.
That's the basics of teamwork. Oh,
And that's a nice and flat hit for a single. After that drop, Harshit himself doesn't want to commit for another over.
yeah.
That's how the game is. There's a pressure, but it's moving well. It's moving well as we move. The game has gone to 100 runs of 16 overs. Last 4 overs, we are expecting some fireworks from the batsman. It did slow down over last 3 overs, but now Zahid is bowling some real good Yorkers. It's not going to be easy, but these are national boys. They will want to find out a way to hit him. They'll definitely know a way to hit him.
Tempo Stars are filled with a lot of youngsters. We see a lot of under 19s enrolled in that group. Do you see them making that instant look? Do you see them having that impact?
It's a good opportunity for them. Good exposure for them. This ball has been traveling for, I think so. It's a leg by 2 runs taken. So youngsters, yeah, definitely it's a platform for the youngsters. Good opportunity, good exposure for them. And the good part of this team is Chete is a skipper who's also from the development team. So he knows where to use them and how to use them. Nice and tight. Zaid is keeping it nice and tight. Nothing much to get the elevation, no scope, and very tight line which he is bowling. Zaid, we are looking a new weapon of his up his sleeve. I have not seen him bowling much, 1 or 2 matches here and there, but with so much of consistency right into the block hole, this is the right time to introduce him, because at this point of time the batsmen are going for hits. The bowler bowling that line is not going to be easy to hit. Nicely played by Zamo. Goes to Jatin there. Jatin is throwing the ball straight to Kelvin. Kelvin, the current Tanzanian national keeper. And now Jumanne is on the strike. And Jumanne has calmed down for last 3-4 overs, not getting much of strike, and well, he did get lucky, got a life. Let's see what he makes out of it. I'm sure he will prefer to go on this side of the boundary. Bowled. Zaid got him bowled, and that's the end of Jumanne.
At last,
Jumanne Masquater getting bowled. He did play his part.
he did play a huge part in that game.
So far, he's played the maximum runs for his team.
Yeah, and the score right now is 103 to 5, and we are in the 17th over.
And that's a funny part of T20, where the score was being seen going to 150 odd, but now with Jumanne getting out, let's see how it's going to work. So we are going to have a good end to the game. Jumanne Masquater just finishing his innings. He's been appreciated by the whole ground for his fantastic batting which he's done. Some real nice and clean hits. Now comes the new batsman to bat in place of Jumanne is Safvan. And the bowler Zahid, the unknown bowler. He can be the find of this event. The way I look at it, he's going to be the find of this event. He is bowling nice and tight, right into the block holes. Let's see how the game moves. As I said, this is a game of ups and downs.
Yes.
Nicely played, nicely bowled, very well bowled and very well played.
We were anticipating a lot more than this score.
Yeah.
Zaid has played his part.
Zaid has brought his team back.
Yeah, Zaid
and Tangwe.
Zaid and Tangwe have done a huge part in this game, and those are the surprises that we're talking about in the APL. Yeah,
that's about the fast games.
Oh,
that's a whack, but
it's
got into the hands.
Yeah, it's got into the hands.
He did try to up the ante from ball one.
This late, you have to try all your best.
Yeah,
you have to try what you can do.
This late, you have to go for your shots. Yeah, Safvan did try to come and get into the act straight away. I would have ideally preferred him rotating the strike and giving it to his colleague, but with no doubts, he's really playing very well.
So we're still stuck at 103, but now moved to 6 wickets.
And the game is all about wickets as well.
Yeah, it's Royal Rhinos against Twiga Stars. I mean against Twiga Titans.
Twiga Titans.
Yeah, Royal Rhinos against Twiga Titans.
This APL, if you see, there are more of the animals names given. And I can see it's promoting our national wildlife of Tanzania.
Exactly. Exactly. Our main sources of tourism.
Yeah, and as you see, this commentary, this telecast has been telecasted all over the world, and everything is fine in Tanzania. We are all doing well.
Yeah, our prayers to other places where they're seeing this, because we are trying to bring joy to them as well. We are not saying that it is our right to have what we have. We just thank God for what we have, but we are trying to make sure that the joy that we have here, the sport that we have here, can reach other people as well, and maybe we can join together in sports, because sports is there to bring us together.
Definitely it is.
Yeah. So it's still the Royal Rhinos batting against it's the Twiga Titans bowling against the Royal Rhinos. And for those who are wondering what Twiga means, is a giraffe.
Yeah.
So we have a mixture of names of animals in both Swahili and English. We have Simba, which is for a lion. We have Tembo. Oh,
that's a paddle sweep, pick. Paddle pick straight to the fore. Very well, smartly played.
Yeah.
Zamoyoni and Ramadhani. Sometimes it's not only power, it's the class, it's the technique, and the cool mindset of Zamo. Zamo is required to play it out if they want to go for a respectable score. Because, to be honest, the opponents are having very good batting firepower. That's a nice ball right into the block. You know, the things are not so, they're not getting so easy runs after Zaid and Tambe bowled those lovely overs.
They paved the way to how the game is proceeding right now.
Yeah.
The 18th over with 1 run remaining is 107-6. We were predicting 140, 150. You still think it can be attained?
140 is still possible with Zamoyoni there. If you have Zamoyoni till the last ball of this 20 overs, you can have 140. We know him, the way he is. He just missed out a slow one. Harshid is no less smart operator. He's mixing it up. He's bowling yorkers, he's bowling bouncers, he's bowling slower ones. So no doubt, it's national player versus a national player. These are two elite products of Tanzania development. So let's see how it is. It's not going to be easy, as I said. In comes Harshid to bowl to Zamo. Right into the block hole. Went for a single. Right into the block hole. It's nice and tight.
Wow.
The game is set, and the new batsman is Yash Hirwania. Yash Hirwania is come to just stop the flow of the wickets, because he's not a big hitter, to be honest, the way I look at him and the way I know about him. But yeah, he's a good batsman. Not a big hitter, so probably he will not go for big shots. He'll try to rotate and give strike to Zamo, and that will stop further damages to Royal Rhinos. But Harshid is bang on with his slow runs and cutters, and so went on to have a very decent over. I think so. 1-4 and one single, right?
Yes, just one single.
5 runs. Really?
5 runs.
They have really economized the run flow. Royal Rhinos with their main strike bowlers going for runs, and the unknown, like, okay, we know Tamwe Rashidi, but Zaid is surprise of the day. Just the way Jumanne surprised everybody, because he was completely out of form for quite some time, and then he comes and goes like bang bang, boom boom, and now I'm seeing Zaid coming and bowling right into the block holes.
Yeah, so they had 10 runs in the 11th over, 9 runs in the 12th. But if you come to when Zaid was involved in the 15th over, it was only 1 run. And the 16th
before Zaid came into bowling, what was the score?
15 runs, 10 runs, 13 runs. It was 59. Just before he came in, it was 94.
After 94 for
But
4
they was
in
in 14th
over, only 14 runs leaked in last 4 overs. This is a big,
that's impressive, yeah.
really impressive. Very good comeback. Nice and straight. Goes for 2. Yash Hirwania is going on the danger and wants to sacrifice his wicket, but the throw was not very accurate. It's all about maximum 12 out of 12 balls, 1 ball only bowl, so 11 balls to go, and the maximum strike should ideally be with Zamo. If he stays here, he can change the picture. He can change the picture of this game. But Zaid is really bowling with very tough. And now Zaid is really pushing it hard. Bowling very well. Zaid Abbas, the unknown bowler of his team.
Coming to finish off the game now.
Nice and straight. Yash Hirwania has not gone for a double, as the ball is right into the palms of Zaid. Once it went to long on. Harshit Chauhan, he was quick onto the ball and returned it back quickly. Now let's see what Yash does. He has to really keep it simple. Just go for a single, give the strike back to Zamo, and let Zamo do the damages. But you never know. A sneak here and there, and he might get a boundary here and there. And surprises have been happening, so you never know. There's no surprise coming here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go. Just what I said. A sneak here and there. Oh, the boundary was protected. Normally it is not protected at that position in this situation.
That was a chance there.
Yeah, definitely was, but a flashy one. So it's not
a flashy one.
No, it's not going to be so easy to get those. And just the way I said, it's gone out of the park. Zamoyoni Ramadhani is known for that. I think it's 120 now.
118.
After this ball it will 124. Okay, it's 118.
118, yeah, 118 to 6.
Couple of more blows is required for them to get more than a decent score. 130 plus is a very good score here. Very well played for a single so that he can keep the strike. 19 overs and 119 runs. That's the end of the over, and this is the first over after quite a few overs. There was a boundary hit, basically a 6 straight out of the park. After Jumanne's 6s, we really missed some 6s coming off the willow.
Yes.
And then Zamoyoni Ramadhani said, hang on guys, That's my art.
Yeah.
He just showed one of them. Let's see now who comes to bowl the last over. It's Harshid coming to bowl the last over. And as I said, it's very competitive because one of the most competitive bowler with a lot of tricks off his sleeves, with a lot of sensibility. This boy, Harshid Chauhan, he was also one of the successful bowler in Zimbabwe tour for Tanzania, the trial tournament which had happened last year, this year before pandemic. And in comes Harshid. Right into the slot, block hole. Hirwania has just gone for a single and the throw is struck. And that's the ball. That's a bad luck. Definitely is. Ball was rightly thrown to the towards the bowler, but it hit the stump, ricocheted, and the batsman went for another one. A little bit of lapse of focus from Harshid. He should have collected the ball rather than letting it go and hit the stump. They had given an opportunity for Zamo to come back on the strike. Now the score is 121 with 5 balls to go, and this is going to be the high score of the day for now. Well, the expectations were quite more than what actually it is because Ashish got out very cheaply. And a ball. That's the sneak. That's the luck part I was talking about.
Yes.
Flash here and there, and a boundary. Harshid bowled a very beautiful Yorker, wide Yorker, but Zamoyoni opened the face of the bat and got a boundary. And the score is now 125. Let's see now. The game is getting it's really competitive. This game is actually given more boundaries and more sixes than the morning game. And the smarty slower one. Zamo missed the trick. Zamo in the Ramadhani, big hitting machine of Tanzania. He might be cursing himself, but so far in the last 2 balls he's scored 6 runs and he's doing well for his team.
Not too bad. Yeah, not so bad. Not so bad.
Not bad at all. Situation wasn't bad. Nicely bowled. Yash has to give up. Yash is giving his wicket, and that's really not the focus, the temperament we're looking at. And that kid in the park, that kid in the one who's standing at the Zamo's son.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
In the pavilion. And nicely played. Zamo is going for the second one. And really good. Very well played. Very well played. And I think so. Is this the last ball of the game? 2 balls to go.
I think there's 2 or 1 ball to go.
2 balls to go. 1 ball to go. One ball to go. With 1 ball to go. And a beautifully struck, and the fielder takes a nice and safe catch. And that's the end of the innings. 20 overs done. 129 runs scored by Royal Rhinos. 130 would be the target for Twiga.
Twiga, yeah, Twiga.
Twiga to win.
It's Twiga Titans.
Twiga Titans.
Yeah, 130 for Twiga Titans to win it.
It's not going to be an easy walk in the park in a kind of a situation.
Not at all, not at all.
With Zamo coming into bowl for him, and
but they've worked hard to reduce the deficit.
Yeah, definitely. This was supposed to go 150.
Yeah.
The way I looked at it.
The way.
14th over 94, and then they really calmed them down for 4 overs, 14 runs. That break was a real good break. You know, with Zamo coming in, and they gone even 6 runs an hour during those 4 overs, they could have got at least 10 runs more. At least 10 runs more. if not 20, at least 10 runs more. So the deficit which has already been created, 10 to 15 runs short. But as you say, that's the funny part of the cricket. T20 cricket. Anybody's game can be changed at any given situation. We are going to watch a real good chase because Twiga has a lot of firepower in their batting. The way I'm looking at them, they have Bhavesh Kanja, T20 specialist. They have Kasimu Chete, who is one of the best national players. Harshit Chauhan. players.
And I'm sure his experience was very key in the APL. Even today, morning, around.
whereby he was trained in round under the supervision round travel and others. The output can be seen. So now with the new evening about to start, I have my friend Aahil, the manager of Royal Rhinos. He is going to take over the commentary from me. Thank you for joining, and I'm sure you will
So as you know guys, early in the morning when we introduced Aahil, he was the communications boss for the tournament. Then he was the news person, now he's the manager. That's why we tell Atif, you know, he's a man of many, many hats. Never complains, is always there for cricket. But the sport he loves the most is football.
well, well, yeah, but that's about to change. As you know, the years goes by. We grew up on football, and first of all, thank you, Ashish. We grew up on football, and this is a sport which we are trying to bring into the local community over here. It's been there for the last 100 years, but probably not as expensive as we wanted it to be. That's the reason now, in this small period of time where we have taken on new management, we are trying to push it as much as we can. Yeah, man of many hats, but what they say. But I believe it's all about teamwork. Sometimes you can be the face of something, but there's a lot of hard work put in behind the screen. And particular for this particular tournament, you have to mention one person in particular, who is the acting CEO, Mr. Hamisi Abdallah, who has done a terrific job in bringing each and everything together.
I know, it's hard work. Hamisi has been on the call, on emails, everywhere. And in fact, I was at the ground yesterday just to see if I could give some help. But Hamisi was here since morning till evening and showing everything has been set up. It's not an easy thing to, set up a tournament that's going to last 1 week with so many players coming together. And it's been a fine start. Obviously, Buffalo Blast is not being able to win in the morning. Vishal
Yes, definitely. And being royal do apologize. Uh, but having said that, uh, uh, first inning, third, is able. We have to bowl at the right lengths because, as we know, the players playing in this they are going to give it their all.
We've got Ashish Kamania keeping faith. warming up. Zamo.
Yeah, Ashish has been using these two bowlers frequently in the nets as well. So he's going to go by his instincts. We had a chat before the match. Here he goes, Vikram.
That's another wide from Vikram. He did take a hard one on his finger, hoping it was not his bowling arm.
Yeah, I think he was down for a few seconds, but I'm sure he's okay because Vikram is a fighter, and that was probably just he's gonna get there, I'm sure.
That's a good ball.
That's a good ball.
Jatin just leaving it, being outside off.
Yeah, Jatin had an early scare, and he knows for this team to win, his performance has to be there. He knows himself that most of the time in the domestic leagues he bets in the middle overs, that he carries on the team from there. But now coming from the start, he knows that he has to score and stay there for at least the power play. That's the reason he is not trying to push anything or doing anything funny. And another swing of the bat and just missing right outside the off stump.
This is what T20 does to you. Just having a few dot balls does confuse the batsman. You've actually got the opening players of the national team, senior national team, and Akida, who's the opening player of the under-19 team. So it's youth and experience batting together, which shows that there's so much work happening behind the scenes in developing cricket. And that's the first 4.
Yeah, it was a full-length ball, and that's not the area to bowl to Jatin, and he will make you punished because the fielder was standing at mid-on, and otherwise the story would be different, and Jatin probably saw that and he just flicked it for a boundary over mid-on.
We've still got Aslan, the fielder. Oh, he's being dropped out now. And third man coming in. Vikram coming in for his second last ball of the over. Jatin just nudging it.
And
that's good running between the wickets for 2.
yeah, just getting in that gully, the area between gully and third man, and very easily getting the 2 runs. So it's, I would say, good running from the batsman. And I think Royal Rhinos need to stop these runs because they would end up piling up, and just keeping the Titans into the game, which is something I personally do not want to see, because being a Royal Rhinos manager. But I'm sure the skipper has already seen that, and he's now just told the fielders. I think it was Jumanne and the young Omari fielding in that area.
That's another wide. Vikram not able to get his line in this over. He's bowled some very good balls, given a loose. Gone for wides, so I'm sure it's not going to happen. Been around in the senior division for a very long time and performing consistently.
I think he's just not got his line right in this first over. I hope he finishes on with a very good ball. See?
Shula again a good ball.
Yeah, he's definitely not taking any risk this time. So
So team, our viewers, just to let you know, the APL Advanced Players League 2020 is proudly sponsored by Computer Center, Delta, Span, Unity Computers, High Tech Sci, Jeevan Security, West Point, and Crystal. Even in these tough times during the
is something which we and the sponsors it was difficult because we were hit with the pandemic. The whole world was hit with the pandemic, and Tanzania was not spared. But the only thing is, the Almighty blessed us that we have, we were blessed that we could return back to normalcy in a lesser period compared to other countries. And yeah, when cricket resumed, obviously these sponsors were very keen for this sport not to stop. So the APL is always scheduled, and they were very keen. Obviously, we could not do it in the bigger way that we had hoped for, but really to be seen
to the body nowadays.
He seems to be in a very good form of late, and particularly his stats. He has been great, but now he is very well improved.
Sure, the batsmen will start getting the hang of the pace that's coming. You see today, every fast bowler, from Rashid, Yunusi, Akida, Zamo, whoever was bowling, even Mukund, the amount of bounce that they were getting through this pitch was outstanding, and that's what the batsmen have not been used to in Tanzania. Historically, the pitches have been very good for batting only.
Catch. No, it's just over point, and it's a good shot.
Jatin just getting it over point for a 4. Zamo giving him some room. Extra hopping outside. These are the things that will help.
Perhaps sometimes between the teammates, I think that's what caused it. Swing and a miss, but single taken.
Yes, it didn't prove that expensive for you.
Yeah, I didn't want Jatin to be facing a free hit. So Jatin has been a revelation as well, by the way, for the national team.
Across 10, 20, 30 shots. And only getting 2 there. Now, Atif, coming back to you, obviously being in charge of communications, even during the pandemic, you kept cricket on the pages of the newspaper. When there was no sports happening, and despite no cricket, we were still in the papers. What was the logic behind that, and why did you want to ensure that cricket is there pretty much every single day?
Well, to be honest, it was difficult times at that time, and you just had to be a little bit more creative on how you can keep the sport going. Obviously, the international ICC were also conducting such events on how to just engage the sporting community, the cricket community, and we on our part have never seen something like that. So it was new, and I was very happy for the support which I got at that time from the cricket lovers, and they were very happy with the work done by the TCA. We had that one-on-one.
At the moment, he's more of a squad. Jatin probably in arms. This is the change that we've seen in Zamo in the last weeks of really been bowling well, intelligently. And now we've got Chete walking in, number 16. Cool, calm, collected batsman. We know he can actually change the game.
You beauty, you beauty. For that riff of late, one and being there for such a long talismanic. What do you call that? He is on song. I think this game.
So I can tell you a secret about Zamo since I played with him.
Yeah, you have played with him longer than I.
Yeah. No, when we started coming back after the pandemic, there's one thing he promised me and Abik, who's the captain of Gymkhana. He's saying the next 6 months you will see the best of Zamo, and he's been living up to that expectation.
He didn't quite have a good last year actually, and that's what he wants to prove to the world that form is temporary, class is permanent.
Absolutely. He did have a rough year, but he's come back very motivated. In fact, he's at the ground every Sunday, so he's here with the coach, with the other players.
There goes Vikram.
Right, 3 people. Very poor fielding.
Actually, the backup that came.
Runs. So in one ball, you've given 10 runs, which is quite expensive when you don't have the board.
That's very, very true, and it doesn't really have some outstanding batsmen coming in very, very perfectly. But having said that, there are good bowlers also playing in this. Kasimu Nasoro, as we call him, has in the initial overs, as we see him in the club cricket. So let's see if that's going to happen. But if he's going to last longer than that, then he's going to be a big problem for the Rhinos.
Kasimu has a lot of experience to the game. So it's quite important that Royals keep their composure. And the score is at the end, we've just had the 2.4 was go by now, and it's 24 runs for 1 wicket. As we speak, cruising along pretty well at 9 runs and over. But if you go to see those 10 runs costing Royals, otherwise it would have been 14 in 2.4 overs if the no ball and the overthrow was not conceded.
Competition getting stiff now.
Indeed.
Just to remind you, Twiga Titans.
A very quick single between the wickets from Kasimu and Akida. It shows that the players are so sharp, and they've been working on their game every single day. Now, from the other hand, Zamo had a very good over. Vikram coming in for his second.
um, what he can do. But we, we also want to see how much he can build up into this game, because he has to have an impact. We have seen what the captains, how 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 much impact the captains have had in other games. We have seen seen the first game, how much Simba was helped by their uh, when he was bowling to his decided to bowl in the last overs, and then had a very huge impact. But then when batting, he had the most impact.
It's
The
true, you know.
the manager still has his head down.
He's having a tough one.
Atif
He's stuck between, wants to go to the dugout.
Yeah, remember
Atif about his team.
Yeah. So they have 129